Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner.
I'm Elsie Johnson.
And we are two sisters, Southern Cooking.
Hey y'all. This is a little trick that I learned several years ago. Use a bundt pan or a spring corn pan or something so you can set your corn on it. It's still messy, but it does help a little bit that you can cut your corn off by setting the bottom of it in the middle, I don't even know what you'd call that, the middle tube.
I guess it'd be, yeah, the circle.
Middle tube, the circle. Just do that. And
this is for cream corn.
yeah, we're making cream corn.
We've been having the boys request this, so Morris was the one who wanted it, so.
Well, we all love cream corn.
Yeah.
And when you have good fresh corn, it's sweet.
And this is fresh corn.
Yeah.
Did you get it at the stand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the corn came down enough at the farmer's market to be able to make sense in bringing it in again. So, and then we're going to scrape this. We'll take a spoon or something or a back of a butter knife and scrape the milk juice out of it. And that's what they actually call it, is like milk, corn milk.
Put it there so you.
And I have this old hickory knife here that I got at Ace Hardware. It's a good knife.
We're also going to be making some rice. For Christmas, I gave Elsie a new rice pan.
pan.
So she's going to be making some rice to go with the bee tips and rice, and we're also going to do garlic mashed potatoes as well. And we have red velvet cake with cream cheese icing, and we also have a chocolate browning cake, and I'm going to be making the salted caramel ganache or glaze, whatever you want to call it, and we'll be making that on the stovetop here in just a couple minutes.
For the most part, the kernels are going in here good. This is a higher sided pan. I've done it with my little bundt pan before, and they spew off the side because it's still not. It's closer to the rim of it, but this one seems to be catching most of the kernels, and it makes it so much easier.
We have a question. When you're celebrating your holiday, what is the dressing or
Stuffing.
stuffing that you guys use? And is it homemade, or do you do a store-bought that you make? Or what do you use? Do you use the box kind? Just let us know. We want to know. Let us know in the comment section.
There are three kinds that we have done over the years. We have Mom's bread dressing that I make now. I started making it, I want to say probably 11 years ago. Actually, I think it was when we first moved into Baker's Crossing. I started making it then, because that was the first time I truly went on my own and started making Thanksgiving meal. Was at my house in Baker's Crossing.
And what was that you made?
The bread dressing of Mom's.
Yes.
And then I also have we have a cornbread dressing that we make.
And there's also an oyster dressing too.
Yeah. I don't know how many people around here now eat the oyster dressing. That was Daddy's favorite.
That was Daddy's, yeah.
But I also have it's titled a pumpkin stuffing. I don't use pumpkin. I use butternut squash. And I know when I was working at Stanley and we did our Thanksgiving meal every year, I had multiple, like every person there would ask me, please bring your dressing. And we'll probably make that this year at one of the holidays, either Thanksgiving or Christmas. But you cube up pumpkin or squash, whichever you choose. I choose the butternut squash. I love butternut squash. You cube it up and you roast it, and then you make your dressing, how you're going to make your dressing, and then you just fold in the squash into it, and then you bake it.
Oh.
It's really, really good.
Do you put any bread type of?
Yeah, it's cornbread.
Cornbread, okay.
It's cornbread. It's a cornbread-based dressing, but you add in the pumpkin or squash, and whichever you choose. I'm sure you could use pretty much any squash, acorn squash if you chose to. But it is called a pumpkin stuffing, but I've never used pumpkin. I've always tended to lean towards butternut squash because I absolutely adore butternut squash. Any way you can make it. Recently, I just made a butternut squash soup that was amazing. We're gonna have to make that when you're around sometime because it is so good, so delicious. All right, this is off the cob. That was less than 2 minutes. I did 6 years doing it this way. So we just need to scrape the liquid out of it into a bowl, and then when it comes time to cook, then we'll put it all together and make our cream corn.
This is not cooked. This is raw.
Raw corn.
So and then she was able to take it off of the kernels like that. So, and we'll be right back when we get ready to scrape it off.
The corn all off the cob. Now I'm going to use the back of my knife and get the liquid out of the cob as much as I can.
Now, do you give these corn cobs to the deer, or?
I've always just thrown it away. I honestly don't know if they would eat it. They might.
I'm just wondering.
I bet they would because they eat deer corn, and they eat there is cob corn, which they eat. So try not to make too big a mess.
So that gives you almost like a cream.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I don't know if you guys live up north or if you're living in the south like us, but when I was living up north, there's nothing more fun than going to a corn maze after they've harvested the corn, and they have it open to the public, and you can go in. I think you pay like a couple bucks to go in, and you go around trying to find your way through the maze. Ben and I almost ended up in divorce court one time because of it. We got lost, and we wandered around probably close to 45 minutes to an hour. Lost.
Really?
It was a big maze, huge. It was in outside of Culpeper, I think it was Orange, Virginia. And we got lost, and we were yelling at each other, and the staff heard us, and they tried to come find us. And we found the emergency exit. And the staff member says, "Oh, what's wrong? You guys okay?" And Ben told me, he said, "Yeah, We found the emergency exit. He goes, well, I could lead y'all out. And he goes, no, we're fine. Right where we're at. We're not going back in there. He said, my wife and I are going to end up killing each other. We'll be in divorce court. We were so aggravated because we were both trying to.
I think Candy did that just recently with her boys. And she said they got lost too. And she said they actually followed a group of kids out.
Did they really?
Yeah.
There was nobody in there but us. Everybody had already left, and it was towards evening. So everybody was done for the day. And it was just Ben and I and the people that worked there, and we didn't see hide or hair of nobody. So we were wandering around, and we kept going in circles. And I'm telling you, it was probably, oh God, I don't know how many acres. It had to be at least, goodness, I wouldn't even gather how many acres, hundreds of acres in this, because they had the easy, the intermediate, and the hard. Well, we accidentally got in the hard one.
Oh Lord.
We did. We did. We ended up getting them the hard one, and we were so confused. We were walking around in circles, and we were both like, "Oh my God, this is not good. We are not going to get out of here. They're going to find us next year when they go to till the land, and we're going to be in here." But we did find the emergency exit, which was hard to find because they had it like, well, it was a corn maze, and it's not like clean and neat. It's difficult to find. So when we did find it, we ended up. But I don't know if you've had experiences like that where you've gone through a maze. And you know, because this is the time of the year that mazes are, everybody's going to a maze, or they're going to, like, the apple picking, and they're going on the little rides with the hay rides at the apple orchards.
Okay, that's a lot of creamy, sweet juice that came out of there.
Yeah.
I'll leave it in this because we'll put that into the skillet when we put the corn in it. No needing putting it in with the corn right now. It's already in a bowl, and we'll just put it right into the skillet.
All right, and we'll be right back, guys.
Hey y'all. So I'm starting on the cream corn now. I mixed in the corn milk, I guess is what you say, that I scraped from the husk into the corn. And now I'm going to add in my flour into that. My salt and pepper, and my sugar. I'm going to mix this up real quick, and then I'm going to add my heavy cream to this and my water. And then I will put it over into my frying pan. Basically, the sugar is going to help sweeten it up, even though it is really already sweet. And the flour is going to thicken it so that it's creamy, along with the heavy cream. Okay, I'm going to put my skillet onto this burner and let it start to get hot. I'm going to take my bacon grease, and I keep my bacon grease in a mason jar out on the counter at room temperature. That way it stays soft and it doesn't actually get hard in the refrigerator. For years and years and years, I used to keep mine in the refrigerator, and that's okay. But it's really hard to scoop it out. It's solidified in there. Keeping it on the counter is perfectly fine, and it's easier to scoop out of your container. So I'm going to put my bacon grease in here. And you can see it is melting already. Let it all melt. And then I'll put my I am going to pour in my heavy cream in here. in my water. And then I'm going to mix it. You can see that this is really, really creamy. I'm going to put it into the frying pan here in a second, as soon as I think it's heated up enough. And pour it in here. This you will stir and cook it over medium to medium low for 30 minutes or until it is thickened up and become nice and creamy. You do want to keep an eye on it because you do not want to scorch it or burn it. That bacon grease is going to give it a good flavor. As soon as this comes to a boil, then I will cook it for 30 minutes and then I will show you when it's done. am Elsie.
And I'm Debbie.
We're two sisters Southern Cooking.
And we thank you for visiting our page. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.